You're listening to I Have Some Notes, a podcast supported by listeners like you. To contribute, visit patreon.com/I Have Some Notes.
Here's a pitch. An ambitious academic discovers a treasure map on the back of the Declaration of Independence, kicking off a thrilling adventure chasing long-lost clues.
Hey, amazing. Everyone loves a globe-trotting adventure film.
Oh, there's no globe-trotting. In fact, there's no continent strolling or even nation ambling.
What?
Yeah, I'd say this is more of a coastal moseying adventure.
Okay, I have some notes.
Welcome, everyone, to I Have Some Notes, the movie podcast with cuts, keeps, punch-ups, and tweaks on mediocre movies. I'm Liam Creswick.
I'm Scott C. Bourgeois.
And I'm Greg Beaver.
And today we're discussing National Treasure.
It's time to get some more Nick Cage up in here.
Yeah, have we done a Cage? Many Cages? Any Cages?
Certainly not in a while. I
thought we have to. I actually meant to look that up, and I don't know that we've done a Nick Cage film proper before.
That doesn't seem right. That seems impossible.
It doesn't, does it? It'd be amazing if we had.
Okay, let's just all start naming Nick Cage movies and see if we land on one. Just like all rapid fire, we'll kick ass.
Face Off.
Oh, you took mine. Raising
Captain
Arizona.
Mandolin.
Kiss the Vampire.
Yeah.
Or is it Vampire's Kiss? I don't remember now.
Color Out of Space. Here, pick some good ones. I don't think we've done one. You know what? I think that I think we can say we've never done a Nick Cage movie.
Again, this seems impossible.
Yeah, impossible.
Did we not do the remake of The Wicker Man?
I know I've seen it recently. This is great radio, by the way. Tune in and thrill as we guess into our history
on our own body of work.
None of us thought to look this up ahead of time, which is in itself also hilarious. Yeah. But yeah, no, it seems weird that Nick Cage, who famously is a big swing hit or miss actor, who has been in a number of like weird cult classics that are objectively not good, but like great, has not appeared on this show very often or at all.
There's so much like fodder, Con Air. I think that one's on my list of potential podcast fodder. So yeah, I think Face Off would be amazing. Mm-hmm. Mostly because I want to watch Face Off again, but I also think that movie could easily do with some playing around with.
Maybe we need to do a series. This might be a side notes we've just discovered where we'll do like bang out 3 or 4 Nick Cage movies. Rapid fire them to catch up for this transgression.
We'll just do a season, Nick Cage season.
Well, we are doing at least one, and it's National Treasure. It was released in November 14th, 2004, directed by John Turteltaub of While You Were Sleeping fame, Rush Hour, and The Meg, and written by Jim Koff of Rush Hour, and Cormac and Marianne Wibberley.
What a great name, Turteltaub. I love that.
Oh, I thought you were saying Wibberley.
Well, that's good too, yeah.
Of course, the cast is Nick Cage as Ben Gates, Diane Kruger as Abigail Chase, Justin Bartha as Riley Poole, Sean Bean as Ian Howe, John Voight as Patrick Gates, Harvey Keitel as Zadusky, and Christopher Plummer as John Gates.
It's always nice to see a movie where Sean Bean doesn't end up dead.
Mm-hmm. One classic movie trope of there's one woman in the oldest main cast.
Yeah.
And her job is to get kissed.
Yeah. I might as well bring that up now because I think we've done a lot of these early 2000s movies. I don't know. This kind of like, is this the height of the Michael Bay, Jerry Bruckheimer era, I guess, where most of them have, I would say, similar levels of misogyny. Michael Bay does tend to amp it up quite a bit. And this, like, National Treasure isn't like egregious in its misogyny, but for some reason it really got to me. I was very annoyed by it. I was very annoyed by the kiss moment where out of nowhere Nick Cage just grabs Diane Kruger and says, "Come here." And just like sucks face with her for a couple seconds, and
actively booed at the screen.
Yeah. And well, she should have, Scott, because it was gross. And yeah, I don't know. It's not like, I know, you look back at these movies and we're looking back at them with 2020 hindsight, and I'm sure when I originally watched the movie, I was probably like, "This is normal, la la la." But for some reason, it bugged me. It bugged me that she was a very capable person with like she's an expert at her job, and she had almost nothing to do in the entire movie.
One of my quibbles with the movie was how hyper competent Nick Cage is. He could have executed the entire movie without Riley and Abigail.
Right. Yeah.
Because they effectively add virtually nothing to his search. And it's weird to say, but I wish that he had more flaws, like more deficiencies in his skills or knowledge, so that they had more to do. Because it really just felt like they were tagging along mostly so that he could talk at them and thus at us for most of the movie. Which is unfortunate. Like, it's sad.
Though that's sort of the role that children fill. And so I guess I didn't really realize the misogyny of this until I read that just now and was like, oh, damn, yeah, there's one woman. Because I was relieved. I'd never seen this before, and I was relieved. I always thought it was Nick Cage and two kids. Like, little white girl and little white boy who gotta, like, help him figure out the National Treasure mystery. And when I was like, oh my God, there's no kids in this movie. Oh, thank God. I kind of forgot to do the Bechdel test. I was just relieved there weren't two precocious kids he had to rescue every 3 scenes. So I don't know where I got that idea, but I just always assumed. Yeah.
I kind of see it because you're kind of, it's almost what's the movie with Ben Stiller in the night at the museum? Yeah, like it has the marketing around it kind of has that kind of vibe to it. So
it seems like it's part of a series of books where like a capable guy and two kids go around doing ancient American treasures. Like it's got to be,
Like it almost has like
Real
Carmen
Magic
San Diego
School
vibes.
Bus.
Yeah. Where where you've got like, it's actually a fun, adventuresome way to teach kids about like American history.
Yeah. So it's not that. It's not that at all.
No, it's not. But you're right. It does kind of have that weird vibe to it. And it is a Disney production, right?
It's PG.
So, yeah.
Well, let's hit the trailer and the plot summary, and we'll sink our teeth into this groovy mystery.
Benjamin Franklin Gates, you are undertaking the duty of the family Gates to find the most spectacular treasure in history. It grew throughout the ages and moved across continents until it was hidden by America's founding fathers, who left clues to the treasure's location right before our eyes. The unfinished pyramid, the all-seeing eye, are telling us something. Keeping this treasure safe, Benjamin, is your destiny.
You're treasure hunters, aren't you?
We're more like treasure protectors.
All his life, Benjamin Gates has searched for a treasure no one believed existed.
Don't you get it, Ben? The treasure is a myth.
Dad, I refuse to believe that.
But what he thought was the final clue
108 years of searching and I'm 3 feet away.
is only the beginning.
The Declaration of Independence.
You think there is a treasure map on the back of the Declaration of Independence?
The map is invisible.
Why would we make this up?
Where's your proof?
We don't have it.
Riley, get down!
Did Bigfoot take it?
National Treasure.
Ben Gates is a historian, cryptographer, treasure hunter, and descendant of the Knights Templar. Inspired by a story told to him by his grandfather, Ben has spent his entire life seeking an ancient treasure passed down from the Knights Templar to the Freemasons and then to the American founding fathers. His search leads him to the icy wreck of the Charlotte in the Arctic. Here, Ben does some good old-fashioned grave robbing, lifting an intricately carved meerschaum pipe from the captain's frozen corpse. Engraved upon it is a riddle that Ben works out to mean the next clue to the treasure can be found on the back of the actual Declaration of Independence. Holy crap. Ian Howe, Dirty Redcoat and Ben's financial backer, takes the pipe and suggests they steal this founding document. When Ben refuses, Ian and his goons insist with weapons. Ben uses a flare to ignite the barrels and barrels of gunpowder stowed away in the Charlotte's hold and somehow escapes the ensuing blast. Back stateside, Ben and his computer hacker pal, Riley, attempt to alert the authorities, all of whom rightly think he's a conspiracy nut, including Abigail Chase of the National Archives. Out of options, Ben resolves to steal the Declaration of Independence himself in order to save it. Turns out it's pretty easy. Ben basically walks out the front door with it, having foiled Ian's attempt to nab it along the way. Unfortunately, Abigail picks up on his national thievery and confronts him. But when Ian gives chase, Abigail unwittingly becomes an accomplice in the escape. Together, the trio must now work out how to stay one step ahead of Ian and the FBI in order to safeguard the document and maybe even find the treasure as a big, juicy bonus.
I mostly liked this film, and that really surprised me. How did you guys feel about it?
Honestly, overall? as like weird adventure, like treasure hunting movies go, this one's very passable. In spite of my earlier quibble about how hyper competent Ben is, the movie's legit like fun. It's well paced. The mystery isn't too overblown or like. None of the MacGuffins really felt superfluous, like everything kind of flowed one thing to the next. I liked the dueling heists. I liked the third faction that was involved kind of after both of them. Like there was a lot to like here. And I like that it played with actual like Freemasonry, founding of America conspiracy theories, because that's the kind of weird, like borderline occult shit that legitimately like hits my buttons in a fun way. So. Yeah, I quite enjoyed this movie. Like, in spite of myself, I quite enjoyed this movie.
Well, Aaron and I, this is kind of one of our comfort movies, so we've watched it quite a few times. This is the first time I watched it where, because Aaron wasn't able to watch it with me, so for some reason I found myself asking myself the question, why is this a comfort movie for me? Because it's not that great. And, I don't know. I think maybe just the experience of watching it, with my wife is probably what I like more about it than the movie itself. It's not bad. It's just, it's a little, I don't know. What's the word for it? Pompous, I guess. I don't know. Like like Nick Cage's character, I think in it, like if you transplanted that character with that attitude into like a modern movie, I think he would come off much more of an asshole. Yeah. Because characters would be responding to his dickishness a lot more, I think.
That's very 2004 humor of like nerd, like it's
right.
big dick energy, and I don't mean I mean like a lot of assholes as comedy protagonists in 2004. Well, I'm glad to hear you guys liked it so much, because I also found myself quite taken with it, and I didn't think I would. And I realized why I think I've liked it. I'm now in. I've gone through the valley and I have come back out the other side. I did a quick tally of adventure treasure movies we have done on this podcast. These are not my kind of movie. I don't really like they're like 100% plot mystery solving movies, but then specifically as much of a D&D guy as I am. So obviously Indiana Jones is goated, but we've done Temple of Doom and Dial of Destiny. Sure. But we have also watched Uncharted, Tomb Raider, Da Vinci Code, the 2000s Dungeons and Dragons movie, Congo and the Scorpion King, and this. And this was the one where I'm like, you know what? I get it now. I like
Steve transgressed.
I have transgressed into it. I now get and am excited for a well-made, stupid adventure movie where they go from one point to another point, solving asinine riddles for some sort of treasure. I'm there now. I have ascended.
But that therein lies the kernel of what you said. Seeing it executed well. In most of these other movies that we've done, it's contrived or convoluted. It's sloppily done. Like the most recent one I can think of that we did was probably Uncharted, right?
Uncharted was
and
a
it was
mess.
And it was a hot mess. And then you compare that to National Treasure, which admittedly is smaller in scope because it's mostly around like the 13 founding colonies and Washington. But like it keeps it tight. And it executes on it well. The clues all kind of make sense. Like it works. It does. It executes on the formula in a way that a lot of people just fail to do.
In a way that's kind of visible as you watch it, where you're like, yeah, this is really tight. There's no meat on this. Like it's visibly competent, I guess is kind of the way to say it.
Yeah.
But like, yeah,
like as
you're
has
watching it, you're like,
it for sure has its flaws. But
Sure.
like we even discussed right off the top some stuff that we didn't care about. But like overall, fun watch. If you've not treated yourself to National Treasure and you've for some reason tuned in to hear us fix it because you assume that it's going to be a hot garbage, treat yourself. Go check it out. You might be surprised.
Yeah. I will say that I think conspiracy movies are a bit like ghost movies for me, like it is for Liam, because I listen to a lot of conspiracy podcasts, not debunking stuff, right?
Okay.
So, not like I'm not I listen to stuff like Knowledge Fight, which is the answer to Alex Jones's show, InfoWars, right? So I'm so regularly taking in that stuff that, when they bring up Freemasons and all these other kinds of things, I'm like, yeah, bullshit. Like that's all my mind wants to do.
That's fair. Yeah. The one thing that was fun about this was the Americana of it all, because all those other ones I mentioned tend to be like far flung parts of the world and ancient or treasure, like, treasure that's not a couple hundred years old, but, possibly 1,000.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, it was just interesting seeing the myth making going on, like the sort of American jingoism in the form of this like ancient, it like you could, so many of the beats you could transpose into like something Egyptian, just like aesthetically, and it would function. But the fact that it's fairly recent history was sort of interesting.
Yeah, it's definitely different for this type of treasure hunting movie. For it to be, I think we're used to it being set in unfamiliar places to us as North Americans, and for it to be steeped in a history that we're quite familiar with and cities we're quite familiar with. Yeah, it's it's definitely a little bit different, and it gets fun, especially when they start going into I don't know, I can't call them catacombs, I guess, but they're underground puzzle box layers, as it were.
A dungeon. It's a full blown dungeon. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's an all American dungeon. Colonial style dungeon.
I also, one of the things that I kind of like, Ben is, as we mentioned, very, very competent. He's very good at like, because he has this knowledge of history and he's good at like riddles, he's good at piecing together the puzzle. And that's what keeps him one step ahead. But then on the flip side, you've got Ian. And Ian is right on his heels because he's brute forcing every puzzle and he just grinds it out every time. And that just leaves him one step behind Ben every step of the way. Like Ben like uses his encyclopedic knowledge to like figure it out and piece it together. And he has this aha moment. And then it cuts to like Ian's group just doing a Google search and coming to the same information. And I love that. I loved that every single time.
Yeah. that is one of my fixes, and I'll save it. But the way information is doled out was definitely something I noticed.
Yeah. I think it's funny, these types of movies. I think while you're in them, when you're going through the process of absorbing all the clues and, getting excited when the hero has that epiphany, as Scott just mentioned, like in the moment it's fun. And then I always feel like I start to think about like who set these clues up in lines and who is it that they expected to find all this stuff and why did they leave this trail of disparate breadcrumbs all over the place? And in this case, like halfway around the world at first.
Well, they left it for future Freemasons / Templars to be able to protect the treasure. Because that way, if somebody needed to get to the treasure to move it or something, they would know the clues to follow to get to it.
Right.
Clues that only someone with this knowledge, only someone with this occult knowledge could find.
It just seems so funny that, they had gone to such great lengths to hide it so well, to go to the lengths of burying it like literally like a kilometer underground.
Under New York, by the way.
Yeah.
Famously marshy New York.
Yeah, that's a lot of hauling up with some wet dirt. Yeah, it's just I'm not going to criticize. Like, this is not a criticism. Like, this is just part of the fun of these types of movies. But it is where my mind starts to wander, either, towards the end of the movie or while I'm thinking about it afterwards.
Yeah, I have a similar sort of like, you trying to think of the person who made the puzzle, but mine was much more of a practical thing where I'm like, the number of times I was worried the glasses were going to break. Like, people are just waving them around. They're like so dirty. It's also, he pulls them out of the thing and they're so dirty and greasy. And then the next time they go to put them on, they're like pretty clean, but it's seconds apart. It's not, we didn't just, don't need to see the scene where he cleaned them. He went from
just wiped them on his
where
shirt,
they were hidden. Yeah. It's not this movie's fault, but I have been finding lately that media from like 2000 to 2005, which is kind of when I was in like high school, when I was a teenager, really hits in a way that makes me kind of have weird 20 years have gone by feelings.
Oh.
That I can't really blame this movie for, but just the general vibe of it, that kind of like dickish vibe, that kind of feeling of like the American rah-rah jingoism, but just even just the way people kind of carried themselves and the look of the film grade, it does bum me out a little. I think I might have to take a brief, like, wait until after I'm 40 to like look at things from that era, because there's been a couple things recently that really got me like, oh, I want to be a teenager again. Like, yeah. Or just like that time, like we've gone through so much bullshit that like, I was just like thinking about 2004. It's like, what a simple time. They could have a fun romp about conspiracies and Masons, and it could be the 10th highest grossing movie of the year. And no one made it weird.
It didn't have to be weird.
It didn't. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's no fault of the movie. Well, I do have fixes. I don't know about you guys, but what if we go fix this movie on the other side of the break?
Sure.
In the ghost town of Boron Ridge, an interdimensional boarding school houses delinquent students from all over the multiverse. The rules are strict. The campus is isolated. The students are forbidden from sneaking into other dimensions, but they do it anyway. This is Slug Blaster.
I heard that you might be interested in slug blasting. I would love to be able to have you on my team. I'm one of the best slug blasters in the school. I have a ton of experience. I've been to so many dimensions.
Esther Infinity, slug blaster documentarian extraordinaire.
I am running for prom queen. Can I count on you? Ooh.
I'm Slobbard, but lots of people just call me Bub or Bubby if they're close.
It's time to play the game. It's time to play Slug Blaster. Ready to play Slug Blaster?
Quantum Kickflip. Season 3 premieres Wednesday, June 4th.
Welcome back to I Have Some Notes. We're fixing National Treasure. I'm going to start with a real short, quick one, if you'll indulge me.
Do it.
Switch Christopher Plummer and John Voight.
Yeah.
Just so that we get more Christopher Plummer and less John Voight.
Yeah. Legit.
Well, apparently they're only, I think it was like 8 years apart in age, so
yeah,
that's conceivable. How about not John Voight? Let's do that.
I mean,
just no John
fairness, that is with the benefit of hindsight. In 2004, John Voight was a less problematic choice.
It was a like I was saying before the break, it's a simpler time. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know if this is a fix. It's me just kind of like pitching something to you guys.
Mm-hmm.
I think it would have been an interesting choice for the movie if in the end they found the treasure vault, but not the treasure.
I was thinking the exact same thing when I was watching it.
You get the fake out with the empty treasure vault and then the real treasure vault. And I think it would have been more interesting if the treasure vault was empty. And like they definitely find the place, and then it dawns on them that starting a country is very expensive.
Sure. Yeah.
And that's probably what happened to the treasure in the end, is that the nation of America itself has become the treasure because all of that was invested into it. And I think that would have been like an interesting way to play it at the end. And
that's
it did.
Great. That's genuine nationalism that I can get behind.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I thought for the first time I watched it, when they got to that, that's where I thought it was going. And then they revealed there was actually a second, bigger, more impressive treasure vault full of treasure. And I was like, well, I'm disappointed a little bit now because I thought for a moment that the real treasure was the nation we made along the way. But so I'm kind of almost disappointed they didn't go that way. And I'm still a little disappointed that they didn't. And I'm glad that you guys like that pitch, actually.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know if they necessarily have to, it has to be something where they use the treasure to build the United States. But I think there's a real opportunity for that to complete Nick Cage's character because he is so obsessed with finding the treasure. You know, in the end, he's going to rebuild his relationship with his dad over this adventure that they had. He's going to meet a woman who has, similar interests in history as him. And he can
put the mystery to bed.
Yeah. And then he can just be proud of what he's accomplished. And like they saved the document. And it doesn't matter that they didn't find the treasure, or even if there's treasure. And if you want a sequel bait at the end, that they find one last clue, maybe that could be a little bit of fun or something they can sprinkle in.
And his dad's there's always one more clue, right?
Yeah.
Because then it also implies it's somewhere else. Like, the Masons aren't the steward of it now. It's some other organization or some other person has moved it and is the new keeper. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's always been the Masons. That kind of undermines it. But like, there's some new Mason has written a new mystery is more the rub. I like that. I also like an observation Scott made in the first half that completely negates my one big fix that I had.
Oh, sorry.
No, it's fine because I actually think you're right. Like, you made a better case for why it is like that. And you were talking about how Ian is always one step behind him because he has to brute force them, but he is always one step behind him. Narratively speaking, I did notice that all the characters and the audience learn information at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
Ian's always one step behind, but like generally speaking, there's never a point where like one character has significantly advantageous information over the other, or like one of the tropes of these kind of movies is like one person has the where, but someone has the what, and they gotta not have those pieces, but we, the audience, have both. Like, there's never a point where the characters have anything on each other, or we get to enjoy some dramatic irony.
On the one hand, I agree with you. And on the other hand, I feel like it helps the frenetic pace of the movie.
Agree. Because that's what I'm saying. I think I'm wrong. I think you're...
Yeah, because Ben being just one step of Ian the whole way really puts the pressure on him to constantly be on the go. And I do think that helps the pace of the movie. I don't think you're necessarily wrong because dramatic irony is a lot of fun, but this just might be the kind of movie where it doesn't work.
Yeah.
And in the end, you do get a little bit of that, just not with information, because there comes a point where Ian has like one part of a puzzle and Ben has another part of the puzzle. And there's some question of like, how are we going to resolve getting these two pieces together and not get shot by Ian and his guys? Yeah. So it's not exactly information, but it kind of plays out the same way.
No, that's valid. Yeah, I guess then if we're pitching things that maybe I think it needs and maybe it doesn't. This movie is 100% plot. There's a little bit of like the relationship between Ben and his dad, and there's a little bit of like America and its artifacts are important and significant, and that's good. Those are the two, like, that's the theme of the movie, and that's the, like, character development is this guy's, like, personal legacy with his family. And I would describe them as garnish to the 100% plot of this movie.
Yeah, you described the movie as very lean earlier on, and there's no fat on this.
Yeah. I guess I meant that more as, like, that's, like, a script writing structural thing that we even sort of just discussed. I just mean, like, I watched a movie recently around this one called Portrait of a Lady on Fire, and it is about two mid-century, like 18th century French women not painting each other. Like it is an entirely like personal, like you're looking at their faces all the time, you're like feeling these emotions that they're going through as their relationship burgeons. And I feel like it is the opposite of this movie, where it is all plot and not about what people think or feel. And then Portrait of a Lady on Fire has almost no plot. It's just about these two women feeling at each other. And I don't know what to do with that dichotomy, but it's what I observed while watching those more or less back to back.
Well, you know what? There is maybe something to be said about this movie being almost too tight. Maybe there is a little bit of space for it to breathe from time to time and get some of those little character beats in there so that we can find out, like, maybe how Ben met Riley and why he trusts this guy who's a total goof. Get a little more time for the relationship between him and Abigail to simmer. Get a little more time toward the end for him to resolve things with his dad a little bit. Maybe even find out a little bit more about how he ended up hooked up with Ian in the first place. Because that's all, like, we can pick up bits and pieces here and there, and they do try to sprinkle that in. But as you say, it is very much like them having sprinkled a little pepper on that meat and called it spicy. Like,
I think you're right. It certainly would help, but also as you were describing that priority wise has to get in line behind giving Riley and Abigail something to do. Like, let's get all the characters to participate in the 100% plot movie.
Yeah.
And then we'll start giving them, because we're not even there yet. We've got characters with nothing to do in a movie where there's only things to do.
Yeah, like when it comes to solving the mystery in particular, I feel like Abigail and Riley, and even maybe Ben's dad, should all have a little more to contribute to him piecing together the mystery, rather than them mostly being there for him to have someone to save, for someone to save him on a couple occasions, and just basically to be around as love interest. I really do feel like Abigail in particular should know pieces of American history that Ben doesn't. Like, he shouldn't have this total encyclopedic knowledge. There should be some blind spots for him that maybe he's running on some assumptions or some flawed research. And she turns around and is just like, oh, well, actually, it's a little known fact that this, and he can be like, oh, crap. Well, that changes everything.
He knows the conspiracy. She knows the history.
And going back to Riley, he should be the one who plans the heist for the for the document because like he does in fact in the movie go, this is why this is impossible. And then Nick Cage literally just immediately goes, no, because we can do this. And that's what they do. And it should in fact be the other way around. Ben should be the one going, I don't like, we need to do this, but it seems impossible to me. And Riley just be like, I got you, bro. Here's what we do. And and there you go. Abigail is useful and Riley's useful in ways that they aren't currently in the film. And it's really easy changes too. It's not even like this is like one more draft worth of work and this would have been done.
Yeah. I also, just on the heist scene, if there were more things that went wrong in more interesting ways, because I just do feel that it was a little too simple and easy to get the Declaration of Independence out of the National Archives. So I always think of, especially early Mission Impossible movies, where the heists are, the plan for the heist is well spelled out for the audience. So you know exactly what's supposed to happen so that when things start going wrong, you're feeling the intensity the same way that the character is. And I just didn't really feel like we got enough of that, good setup. And then the things that go wrong were largely kind of boring. He couldn't get the document out of the case. I did think him having to pay for it on the way out at the gift shop was cute.
Yeah.
That was fun, but outside of that, it just like a little more good thieving a la Ocean's 11 type stuff, would have made that whole thing sing a lot more.
Yeah, and not only I think you're right, but even the thing you're like, oh well, it was the one cute time where something went wrong and that was a great moment. That moment is in service of two other plot beats. It's how we get the decoy map, and it's how they track him because he used his visa. So even the fun something went wrong moment is doing load bearing plot work.
It also implies that after,
which in fairness does show just how tight the script is.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, I like that there's the duplicate map, because that implies that not only did he pay for the actual Declaration of Independence, but then he went and stole another one because he needed to. My other big note for this movie, and it's not really in the vein of plot details and things of it. The cinematography is quite boring, and I got a real good chuckle. There's a scene where Riley is going down into some sort of basement so that he can hack into the National Archives, and the shots are just like boilerplate. He drives up, parks, gets out, and then walks down a set of stairs. And because that footage was so boring, the editor was trying to do anything to make it exciting. So he's doing these whoosh transitions back and forth and trying to make the footage look cool, but it was not working. And I got a good laugh out of that. It could have benefited from having a stronger cinematographer. It felt like TV directing for the most part.
Mm-hmm.
That's fair.
Any other fixes?
Not it. No, it was pretty tight. Like I said, I had the thing about everyone learning information at the same time. Don't think it's a problem. Just observing it's 100% plot. And I am now treasure hunt pilled. I'll watch any of these happily.
And I still think it should have ended with no treasure and just the knowledge that all that treasure went to making the country that he lives in, and so that he could feel good about American history and his. Oh, and
I guess also that all the characters should have feelings and emotions and character development.
Yes, also, yeah, for sure.
Yeah, that stuff.
Just put a little bit of that in there.
Sprinkle it a little bit. Well, we're recording this as kind of an evergreen episode, so we don't have listener comments. But in place of that, I came up with a little trivia game for the both of you, and we're not just gonna play a game for nothing. No, there have to be stakes.
Sure.
So we're gonna play for something. So what you guys are playing for is whoever wins my little trivia game. The next time we go to the theater together, your movie is on me. Sound good?
Nice. Amazing. Incredible.
Okay. So, first question. There are 3 writers credited in our show notes for National Treasure. How many writers turned in drafts for this movie? It's greater than 3. Each of you give me a number.
Is this going to be Price's Rights rules? The closest?
Yeah, the closest will win. Yeah. You can go over though.
I'm going to go 10.
Okay.
I said 6.
6. Scott takes it. There were 9.
Whoa.
9 writers, which is amazing considering like how tight this movie is.
That's probably why they probably just like
maybe
getting yeah.
There's lots of American history facts in this movie. Does the Declaration of Independence actually have anything written on the back?
Yes, I think it's the thing they say in the movie that like the only thing on the back is some sort of like time and date or something like that. Some sort of benign archival information as stated in the movie. Scott?
No, there's nothing on the back. Just to give the opposite answer is Liam.
Well, I mean, you gotta be careful because these are for points. I'm keeping track of the points. In that case, Liam is exactly correct. It says on the back, original Declaration of Independence dated 4th of July, 1776. Is
that where 4th of July comes from? I'm kidding.
The reason that they think that it's there is that it would have been rolled up and then stuffed away in an archive, and it was just like a label that they could, so people knew. Okay, here's the Declaration of Independence. Ben, Patrick, and John Gates are named after which founding fathers?
John Adams and Benjamin Franklin, I would assume.
Who's Patrick? Patrick. Yeah. If Olav was here, he could he'd have them all for us. Nope, I don't know the Patrick.
I don't know a founding father who's a Patrick either.
The last one is Patrick Henry.
No, I'm not familiar with that one. A glaring omission from my American history knowledge, which is in itself very incomplete, having been born and raised in a different country.
I'm gonna give Scott a point each for the ones he got correct. So we're now at 3 points for Scott and 1 point for Liam.
Okay. I just let Scott talk, but I could have got John Adams.
Sean Bean doesn't die, as we mentioned earlier in National Treasure. I'll name a movie, and you tell me whether he lives or dies in it. I'll just name the movie. You both say lives or dies, and it'll be a point each for each movie.
Nice.
So we're gonna start off real easy here. So, Fellowship of the Ring.
Dies.
Correct. Game of Thrones.
Dies.
The Martian.
Lives. He's golfing at the end.
Lives.
I just gave it away to Liam.
I've never seen it, so I'll take your word for it.
David
I was going to say
Cronenberg-
dies just to be a contrarian until you said the golf thing, and I'm like, well.
Should have kept my mouth shut on that one.
David Cronenberg's Possessor.
Ooh, I've not seen Possessor.
That I have seen it. Dies. He dies.
Dies. There you go. To be fair, that would have been my guess based on what I know of the movie, but I haven't seen it. It just dropped on Canopy, actually.
It's great. If you, oh man, watch Possessor. It's insane. It's, yeah.
Patriot Games.
Actually, sorry, I've got to actually you. Did you say David Cronenberg's Possessor? It's actually his son. I believe it's his son.
Oh, it's his son. Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
It's okay.
Sorry.
Would like a point for that,
Games? I've never seen Patriot Games. I'm going to guess dies.
I'll say lives. I've never seen it either, so I'll just.
He dies.
Ooh, lucky guess for me. It's Sean Bean in a movie. Chances are he dies.
Silent Hill.
Lives.
Dies.
He does, in fact, live.
I've seen that one.
Troy. I did not even know he was in Troy.
Lives.
I'm going to say dies, but I'll hit you with a trivia fact. Troy was the second, because I was looking up box office stuff for 2004, and only a couple down from 10, which was National Treasure, so 13 or 14th, is Troy. So he's big year for Mr. Bean.
Sorry, what did
I'm going to say he dies.
Scott, what did you say?
I said lives.
Okay, Scott takes that one as well.
Because he plays Odysseus, who definitely has more adventures after the Trojan War.
Goldeneye.
Dies.
Dies and dies. Okay, bonus points if you can tell me how he died. In
a giant radio telescope crashes onto him.
Nice. I couldn't remember that.
I will take that, Scott. Crushed by a satellite. Yeah. Death Race 2.
Oh, Death Race 2.
Based on the name, I'm going to assume dies.
I'll also say dies, sure.
I can't assume anyone lives through Death Race 2.
That is correct. He dies. Bonus point. How did he die?
Oh, I haven't seen Death Race 2, so I couldn't tell.
Racing.
He gets run over by a car.
Incorrect. He is shot.
Oh, well, there you go. That's kind of boring, Death Race. Come
on. Jupiter Ascending.
Jupiter Ascending. I'm going to say lives.
Did we watch? Did we?
No,
we haven't.
Cloud
But
Atlas.
we
right.
absolutely probably should watch Jupiter Ascending for this podcast.
Yes, we should. Yeah.
I'll guess that he dies if Scott said lives.
Okay, Scott. Scott takes it.
Oh, nice. Lucky me.
Right on.
And final one, Snowpiercer, the TV series.
Dies. Sure, why not?
Lives.
Scott takes it again.
Yay!
Bonus point if you.
Oh, does he get run over by a train?
No. Liam, you want to take a stab on how he dies?
I'm going to say battering rammed, but I've only ever seen the movie, so I don't know. He gets battering rammed.
You know what? I'll give that to you. He is beaten to death, so
there you go.
Close enough.
I quite like Sean Bean as an actor. I enjoy seeing him in films. I've seen a lot of stuff with him in it, and yeah, it's always a delight to see him show up. When I saw him turn up in National Treasure, I was like, "Seen Bean, hooray!"
Yay!
He is in one of the scenes where he's in a crosswalk and he bends over to pick up the Declaration off the ground. He's in like a very nice suit throughout most of the movie because he's a wealthy criminal guy, but he's wearing Skechers slip-ons for sure. He does not have like nice leather shoes on.
Look, the man can dress nice and still wear a comfortable shoe. That's just practical. He knew he was going to be running after Ben that whole time.
That's fair. That's a good point.
Okay, we got two more here.
Scott takes it. I thought he had one. Sorry.
No, he took the that last question,
but he's got more trivia. Okay.
So, National Treasure and National Treasure Book of Secrets are two of Nick Cage's top 5 highest grossing films. Name one of the other 3, and I'll even help you out a little bit here. It is the one of the other 3 are not any of the Nick Cage movies we have mentioned yet tonight.
The Rock.
Liam?
Snake Eyes.
Ooh, Snake Eyes is a deep cut. I like that.
That's probably right. It's not the right answer. No, hang on. Let me give you a real one. Let me give you a real one. Because it's not Snake Eyes. It's Is it here's my guess. The Croods.
Holy shit. I did not think that you were going to get that at all. That is his top grossing movie of all time.
I was just like, it's got to be something that's like bigger than Nick Cage, and it's either animated or he's in a Marvel movie.
No, that's legit. That's a really good call.
There is one more left. I'll give anyone a bonus point who can tell me what it is.
Was The Rock one?
Yep.
Oh, the Rock doesn't surprise me because it's also got Sean Connery in it. I'm going to take a wild guess because Liam specifically just said a Marvel movie, and I feel like Ghost Rider might have made a lot of money despite not being very good.
Incorrect.
Oh, there you go.
You said it wasn't when we said tonight, and I did say Kick Ass. I don't know. Nope. I give up. I can't.
All right. We'll you guys will be tied for points on this one. I'll give you one more hint. It's another animated movie, and it is a Marvel movie of sorts.
Oh, right. He's Spider-Verse.
Yep. There you go.
Oh, Spider-Verse. Yep. Good call.
Wow. I can't believe I got the Croods before I got Spider-Verse.
That blows my mind that you knew that he was a voice in that movie.
Has anyone seen The Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent?
No, I haven't seen that one yet. I want to.
I have.
It's great. Greg, have you?
Yeah, I've seen it.
Yeah. There's Ike Barinholtz's character as a joke where he's like, someone asks him about Nick Cage movies, and it's like a kid. It's like a Gen Z kid. He's like, yeah, like the Croods. And he's like, what are you talking about? I'm 40. I'm Face Off. What? Snake Eyes. So yeah, that's it. I probably wouldn't have got it had it not been for watching that movie in the last couple of years. And there's a specific Croods joke in it. So.
All right. Last question here. This one's purely for me. Which National Treasure actor played the main villain in one of the Star Trek motion pictures? Bonus, name the movie and character.
So sorry, say the first part again.
So which National Treasure actor played the main villain in one of the Star Trek motion pictures?
Christopher Plummer.
That's correct.
Is in... Which one? Which one is it? He plays the Klingon general. Oh my God, I've put myself on the spot and I can't remember the name.
Is it 3? I don't know the names of them, but my guess is 3. But not the fourth one.
No, it is not 3.
Okay.
He plays Chang, General Chang.
Did you just look that up?
I looked up the character name, and it is the movie that I was going to say, but I didn't. It was The Undiscovered Country.
Yeah.
Is that the fourth one? That's the fourth one, right?
That's the sixth one.
Sixth.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sixth.
Yeah. Sorry, I think the one in my brain, I was thinking The Undiscovered Country, but my brain was picturing The Final Frontier.
Oh yeah.
Which is why I was like, I don't think I'm right. But in fairness, I did look up his character name, but I knew that he played a Klingon in one of the original Star Trek movies.
You know, the thing about that, Scott, is like for people our age, most of the VHS box art was in like the Star Trek set. Mm-hmm. So I don't blame you for thinking of like a very adjacent Star Trek movie because like the art and all that stuff in your mind is probably all like jostled together in a single single mess. Okay, so that's it. Scott, I didn't even really need to add you kicked ass. So your next
because I know my Sean Bean deaths.
and Liam wanted to be a contrarian through that entire stretch. I'm going to have to, like, next time we do this, I'm going to have to institute some sort of buzzer so we can, like, whoever answers first, add some extra drama to it.
No,
thanks for playing, though.
No, that was a great idea. That's, you know what? Can we just do that instead of listener comments? I'm kidding. But no, we do appreciate your listener comments, and we appreciate you listening. This has been our fix of National Treasure. Thanks for being part of it.
Yeah. You can, of course, send us anything you want to send us on the social medias. We're on
trivia. Send us trivia.
Yeah. we don't know everything about movies, and a lot of you guys always seem to hit us with interesting facts and stuff. So by all means, tell us stuff that we don't know on Blue Sky, where I have some notes, .bluesky.social, where I have some notes pod on Instagram, where I have some notes on Facebook. But of course, the best place to hit us with all that trivia right there in our Discord server, where there's always great conversations popping off all over the place. You can find a link to that right now on the show notes here, or at any of our social media profiles, or at ihavesomenotes.com. And as always, give us a little rating and review on your podcatcher of choice, because that helps us out.
You could also visit patreon.com/ihavesomenotes to become an armchair screenwriter. For just $3 a month, you get access to bonus episodes, old and new, as well as a shout out on the podcast. We appreciate your support. I just want to say some of that bonus content that we release is a little show we call I Have Some Recs, where we get to talk about good movies that we recommend. And now I have to decide, because we're going to record one after we record this, and I got to decide if I was going to continue with my plan of talking about Portrait of a Lady on Fire, or if I've done that here. So find out which movie I pick.
It'll cost you $3. We'll be... Yes, well worth it, of course. We'll be back in 2 weeks with a brand new episode fixing some mediocre piece of junk, so we'll see you then.
Till then, I'm Liam Creswick.
I'm Scott C. Bourgeois.
And I'm Greg Beaver. Keep watching the skies, and elbows up, Canada.